The martial arts competition was still a week away, so Zane decided to stay in the dragon prison. He sought to decrypt the golden essence pill that Allura had given him. At the same time, he utilized his extra marrow-purifying pills to complete the last step in the forging of bones and enter the 6th stage of body tempering. Compared to the tranquility of the dragon prison, Kintyre County proved much livelier. On the 3rd day of Zane's retreat, tens of thousands of people waited near the city's gates.
I heard that Prince Jorah is coming,
murmured one woman to her friend, a buzz of curiosity hanging around her words.
But why on earth would someone as important as him come here?
Several people overheard and joined in the conversation she was having with her friend.
Seriously? Isn't he supposed to be the most talented one in the whole royal family?
Someone else decided to chime in.
Do you think it has something to do with Terran City's army recruitment drive?
The woman who had started the rumor snorted with derision.
No way. The prince has never had anything to do with that. Besides, isn't that beneath him? Why would he be bothering himself with something so trivial?
Another woman a few feet away shushed them all.
You should keep your voices down when you're this close to the city gates. Even Malik Kramer is here to welcome him. Don't let him catch you gossiping about the royal family.
Above the city gates, Malik stood with his hands behind his back as he looked into the distance. He was flanked by Bram and Lyle. Bram held his sword in his hands and sported a fervent look in his eyes, while Lyle leaned against the stones in front of him. Malik suddenly started to laugh.
I always thought that talk of Prince Jorah being Bram's cousin was just a rumor, but it's clearly true. Is he going to supervise the martial arts competition?
But Lyle didn't reply. He simply smirked and admired the scenery from their vantage point. A seemingly endless procession slowly came into view, and their arrival was signaled by the rhythmic beating of drums. The large group of people marched forward in columns led by at least 50 soldiers, clad in golden armor made of python scales. They were sweating profusely as they had traveled thousands of miles. Their spears and battle axes gave off a grayish-black light, and a vast amount of energy was being released from their bodies. Every one of the soldiers had at least achieved the 7th stage of body tempering, meaning they could easily lay waste to Kintyre County in less than a day. Behind them, war horses were lugging treasures, delicacies, gold, and silver, which all glistened in the sun. The women were wearing light muslin dresses and hairpins that glowed with a green light, while their ankles were adorned with anklets made of electric eel bones. Several people in the crowd took note of their enticing figures and welcomed them with hoots of approval. At the back of the procession, an enormous demonic beast lumbered into sight. The horn in the middle of its head gave it the appearance of a rhinoceros, but its striking scarlet eyes singled it out as a second-rank demonic beast, meaning it was the equivalent of a martial artist who had completed the foundation level. Every time it took a step, the earth trembled and dust emanated from the city's walls as if they were crumbling.
Is that a jade horn rhinoceros? Did Prince Jorah really manage to take such a ferocious beast as his mount?
His mouth dropped open as he saw the large bed-like saddle that hung over the animal's back. It was draped with opaque yellow cloth, and a young man lay inside. He was wearing a long robe, a crown adorned with a large pearl, and a belt with a fist-sized jewel at the front. 2 disheveled women traveled with him. One was hugging him, while the other lay in his arms, openly flirting with him. Prince Jorah glanced around at his surroundings and sneered.
So this is Kintyre County, huh? What a dump! If Lyle hadn't used the Heavenly Sword technique as a means of getting me here, I would never have bothered to come.
He frowned and shoved one of the women away from him.
We're almost there. Get up if you don't want me to feed you to the beast.
Knowing how dangerous it was to displease such a powerful man, her ardor turned to panic, and she obediently sat up beside him. When Prince Jorah arrived at the city gates, Malik and a group of dignitaries greeted him.
There's really no need for formalities,
the prince told them.
After all, we're family. Kintyre County is such a delightful place, and I'm so envious of you. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay here for a while and enjoy myself.
He looked around and forced a smile. Lyle noted his strained expression and stepped forward to bow and introduce himself and his son.
It's an honor to meet you, Prince Jorah. My name is Lyle Martell, and I'm the patriarch of the family. My son Bram is here too. He's the most gifted young man in all of Kintyre County.
He grinned broadly and then turned around to call Bram over.
Come and greet your cousin.
Bram's face instantly lit up and he hurried to approach the prince and bow.
It's such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Prince Jorah forced himself to smile politely and nod at the young man in front of him.
He does indeed seem like a worthy young man. If you manage to join the Imperial Army, I'm sure you'll achieve great things and have a number of titles conferred upon you.
Bram and his father were overjoyed, and they quickly expressed their gratitude. Malik then approached the prince and addressed him.
Your residence is ready, Your Highness. Why don't I get someone to escort you there?
He was about to call for someone, but Prince Jorah waved his hand dismissively.
Thank you for the kind offer, but I've never met my cousin, so I'd like to spend more time with him and live with the Martell family.
He turned to Bram and raised his eyebrows expectantly.
Is that all right with you?
Of course. You're more than welcome.
He and his father beamed at one another, wondering how anyone could refuse such an exciting opportunity. When Prince Jorah turned back to the crowd, his smile instantly disappeared, and he became gloomy and impatient. A bracelet appeared in his hand, and he waved it at the jade-horn rhinoceros waiting nearby. The demonic beast was automatically absorbed by the piece of jewelry, leaving the crowd dumbfounded. One shocked onlooker called out,
"That must be the spiritual beast bangle. It really exists."
Even Malik, who was a member of the royal family and had attained the foundation level, was taken aback.
Can't wait for more? Catch the next episode tomorrow. And if you are ready to binge the whole series, download our app now. Tap the link in our bio to start your journey.